Hi everyone, this is Mistel, and today we're going to have a look at the Terrible Turnip that is a rare drop from the Sunsong farm. It's whenever you harvest a crop, you have a small chance of getting this pet. I was really lucky, and I got it within the first week or so of Mr. Pandaria going live. But if you haven't been lucky enough to get it and you really want it, you can also buy it from the auction house, as it is something people can put up, and you can also be really lucky and get multiple drops from the Sunsong farm. So you know, it's worth keeping planting and harvesting every day if you want this little filler. So the Terrible Turnip has 6 abilities, of course. Weakening Blow. This does damage, and it cannot reduce the opponent's health below 1. I'm going to just talk a little bit more about this particular one because it's an incredibly awesome ability to help you catch other critters with, or other vanity pets with in general. So I would recommend that you get hold of the Terrible Turnip as fast as possible, and then you use this, because you can then get the other enemy pet down as low as possible without any fear of killing it. So it's great for collecting those low level monsters or battle pets that you would like to have. Then there is the Leech Seed, which is a heal. It does damage, it then restores health, and then the next time it restores another bunch of health. Then there's Sunlight. It deals damage to the entire enemy team, and it also increases the health of all pets by 50% and healing done by 25%. So this is great if you are running with a healing heavy setup of a team. Then there's Tidal Wave. It deals damage to both the active enemy pet and also to the pets on the back line. It also destroys objects created by both teams, so this would be something that might be very handy with those pesky beaver dams. Then there's Inspiring Song. I haven't found this very helpful, but maybe you will. It basically restores a bunch of health to all allies. I think that for spending an entire turn on this, it's a little bit too low healing, but you guys might have a different opinion. Then there's Sons of Root. I love this one, and not only because it's really handy, but also because it's quite funny. So basically it will allow your turnip to go underground for 2 rounds, and during that time his small turnip sons will be doing damage to the pets. So I'm gonna show you in this battle how it works, and you can see if you find it as amusing as I do, but it's also a very good ability. This is not a killer pet. This is a collecting other vanity pets, but it's still quite fun to fight with. So I'm gonna go ahead with this setup: Tidal Wave, Leech Seed, and Sons of Root. So because this one has the Sons of Root has an 8 round cooldown, I'm gonna start out with that because it actually takes some time for it to reset, and I want to be able to use it more than once during the fight. So I'm gonna cast it, and you can see he digs down, and then he summons 6 other turnips, which does then damage to the other pet, and miss, damage, miss, damage. So I really enjoy using that one. And then we have the Tidal Wave, which you can see, you probably know that from other pets as well. And so I missed the snake, but otherwise that was nice. I'm gonna cast it again and see what happens. All of them got damaged. That wasn't too shabby. You can see here that the health has gone down a little bit. Now he webbed me. That's not very nice, so I'm gonna cast my Leech Seed, and you can see I did damage and healed, and again damage and heal. And I'm gonna cast this Tidal Wave. There we go. And now I'm gonna swap out, oh well, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm gonna swap out my pet because I want to show you why it's effective with the the restless shadling, but I'm not gonna be allowed to do that, so I'm just gonna cast some more tidal waves. Maybe I will be allowed now? Yes, okay, so I'm gonna swap it out with the restless shadling. And the restless shadling has plagued blood, which you probably remember. It got dodged there. But basically what it does is that it plagues the target for 5 rounds, and then while plagued, enemies who strike the targets are healed. So I'm gonna swap in my Terrible Turnip again, and I'm gonna cast the Sons of Root. And you will see now that because it's plagued, oh, it was missing, but because it's plagued, it will now heal up slowly while this is attacking, and while I'm underground I can't take any damage, which I find to be quite nice actually. Well, if it wasn't dodging all the time, that would have been very helpful, because I would be able to heal up while I was underground, not taking any damage, and that would help me basically survive longer. The jumping spider is a meanie to fight against, because he keeps casting the net, so I can't swap out, which makes the Terrible Turnip, that's hard to say, Terrible Turnip a little bit hard to play, because it's basically not very strong, and it's mainly there to heal and just be annoying, I would say. So I'm gonna swap in my Restless Shadling again and cast the Plague Blood and just a Death Coil, because the ability hasn't reset 100% yet. And actually I should kill this one and then just cast it on the snake, because otherwise this one is going to waste. So I killed that one, casting the Plague Blood, and hopefully not dying, pulling in my Terrible Turnip. As you can see, the Terrible Turnip is not really a very effective pet to deal a lot of damage. So the main reason to get this one and to level it up would be basically what I said before, to help you catch other vanity pets, and it's really good for that. I have caught tons of them, and you know how normally when you try and catch especially the low level ones, then you tend to have to be very careful so you don't kill them off, and that's not a problem if you go with the Weakening Blow ability. So that is the Terrible Turnip for you. I like it a lot. Not so much to fight with, but more because it looks really funny. Check this out, like standing there sneakily in the grass with his big black eyes and stuff. I think it's very funny. Anyway, that's all from me. I will see you guys soon. Bye.